Hello everybody, what's up? It's Yogi Petch here with another yoga flow video featuring today the lovely Miss Kat. Go ahead and reach all the way up on an inhale, exhale, fold all the way down. Frame your feet with your hands. Inhale up to flat back. Allow some room for the breath in your chest. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Watch out for kitty cats, named Chester. And then lean forward, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Very nice. Now hold this for a few breaths. Really think about pushing into the ground with your hands and your feet. Trying to feel the extension through the limbs. Think about rotating your pinkies towards the edges of your mat without really moving your hands. Just contracting those muscles, feeling the shoulders go into the socket. There's little Snickers looking through the window. Chester is licking my head with love. How sweet. Yes, I have to give him a little head rub back there, because it's better than getting licked. Now Kat's starting to wonder, am I still here? Am I going to come out of this down dog anytime soon? Hers is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, so bend your knees a little bit on the exhale, and then on the inhale, step or jump up. You're in flat back right now, so exhale, full fold. And then on the inhale, extend all the way up and reach up. Now you notice this is a rather slow movement. This is the first sun salutation. Really trying to create that yoga, the union between the breath and the body. Can't do that with a lot of speed at first. We have to get all the juices in our body warm so that they can give us that fluidity. Inhale up. Exhale, full fold. Inhale the head up, flat back. You can look at your mat if you like. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, big breath, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And still in the warm up here. Really, it takes a few sun-A's to get going. Wiggling the shoulders here, kind of pointing the chest left and right of center. And then bicycling the feet a little, walking with them. Trying to get some movement into the practice. You know, for when you hold real still and you're real stoic, that also makes it difficult for those juices to warm up. It misses some areas. It relies on the main movers. So what we're doing there is just, again, creating heat in the body, circulation of prana. Exhale, sag down a little. Inhale, jump or step up. Exhale, head all the way down, full fold. Now, inhale, reach up. Feel like you're taking a big breath and it's giving you lightness. It's also expanding in your chest, helping you raise up. Lightheaded, yep. Just take a little breather there. Now inhale, reach up again. Exhale, full fold. That's one fun thing about your own practice is if you're in a class, you know, you might fall behind, not know where you are, kind of have to get nuts. With practicing at home, you can always take a pause. All right, now we're going through the sun-A here, lowering down into chaturanga. Inhaling Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or up dog. Exhaling back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, or down dog. That's Sanskrit, the names of the poses. I'm not sure if you could hear in the background very well, but I just said we'll do a little lunge warm up to warm us up for warriors. So inhale that right foot up. Step through to that right thumb. Get comfortable, and once you're there, once the weight is balanced between your 2 feet and your knees over your ankle on the front foot, and your back toes aren't screaming, see if you can take all the weight off your hands. And then place the hand on your instep on the mat, and then the opposite hand reach up to the ceiling. We're going to have a little lunge twist. Drop the back knee, flatten that foot, use it for balance, the top of the foot. We're exhaling out, leaning that front knee out just to the toes, not ahead, and then pressing through that front foot, inhaling up dog, not up dog, sorry, inhaling Anjaneyasana, goddess pose. You get kind of used to saying things sometimes. All right, now drop the arms behind you. Find a bind. Inhale that bind, proud chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Anjaney, thank you so much. The honor to protect you is greatly appreciated in return. That's the old Brahmin myths that we all embody at different times. So then you inhale up out of that humble warrior, release the bind, frame the foot, exhale down, inhale, step back into plank, exhale down into chaturanga, inhale up dog, and exhale down dog. So we kept the flow from the Sun A, really doing all the same moves, just adding in that little lunge that we're about to do here again. Raise that left foot up, step up to that left thumb. See if you can get your fingers off the ground, real strong lunge. And then place the hand on that instep, exhale that hand down to the mat, inhale the opposite hand up to the air. I wonder how annoying it is for people watching this video that can kind of hear me in the background, but not quite. Oh, hopefully you were just watching and kind of flowing along. I try to make my moves, I have a lot of flow to them, and obviously I do go pretty slow. So we dropped that back knee, we leaned out with the front knee over those toes, and then we inhaled up into Anjaneyasana, reaching both hands towards the ceiling, using that back foot and the top of it pressing against the floor for balance. Make sure your back knee and front foot are in line too. If they're both on a balance beam, it's really hard to stay up. Release the arms down and find a bind. On an exhale, inhale a proud chest, and then exhale it out, bow your head for humble warrior. So we're staying with the breath, inhaling up, releasing the bind. Now exhaling down to our foot, framing that front foot. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So you can see, staying with the Sun A's, you still have a lot of flexibility there depending upon what you need at that time. It could be the need to get ready and move a little bit more quickly. You could be coming off of something where you want to cool down, and so you're already like jumping around, loose and hot. And so you do some Sun A's and as a way to stretch yourself out to end your workout. So it's really all about what you need in that moment, but they're definitely always going to be serving for you. Inhale, jump, step up to the hands. Exhale, full fold. You can even apply a little extra on the backs of the ankles, or as Kat's doing, tractioning off the mat. I'm not even looking at her. She's listening to me calling, wondering if she's doing it wrong, as we always do when we're a yoga student. It's the most interesting feeling. Doing a long full fold after our Sun A's. Spent an extra breath down there And then inhaling all the way up, reaching up. Exhale, release the hands down. Samastitihi. Same sides pose. Okay. Saying something really. Yeah, it's all true. Always. Toes slightly closer than the heels so that your kneecaps point forward. What that does is it helps your tailbones guide into the right place, and it keeps your hips in the socket when you sit back into Utkatasana. Man, I need to release my lats. I didn't know I looked that painful. Compared to Kat, it's crazy. I look like Hunchback of Notre Dame. All right, exhale, full fold. Frame the feet with the hands. Inhale, flat back, look at the mat. Yep, here we go. Exhale, step or jump back. Well, you see what I did there? When you jump back, you actually land all the way down in Chaturanga. I'm starting to realize now how I hurt my wrist. Okay, great. Inhale, up dog. Hold it there. Exhale, down dog. Now this is a sun B, so we go next breath. Inhale, up that right foot. Exhale, step it through to the thumb. Yep, a lot of that. The back foot's there for stability with that warrior foot. It's really that front leg that's pushing up through your body. It's the front body, all the way from the top of the foot up to your chest, shoulders. Yeah, push through the blade edge of your back foot. We want that foot to be flat. Yeah, and so then we exhale, frame the feet with the hands, step back to plank, exhale down, inhale up dog, exhale down dog, inhale the opposite foot up, step through to that thumb, warrior the back foot, press through that front ball of the foot, inhale up, warrior one. Trying to square your shoulders to the front of the mat. I need to get way deeper. They're starting to. Deeper meaning I need to get that front thigh more parallel with the ground. But hey. Wow, wow, wow. All right, exhale all the way down, frame the foot, step it back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. I think because of the length of my mat, I'm kind of making all my poses a little short. Not enough distance between that back and front foot, for example. Now in the Sun B, we do hold 4 breaths after doing those 2 warrior poses. So that's what we're doing here. Full rhythmic breathing. Really looking for a count of 4 to 6 on the exhale and inhale with a pause. And the pause is a big pause too. Some people even like to breathe squarely, so the pause is as long as the breaths. But for me, it's really like 4 out, 2, 4 in, 2. So just a single round of breath is 10 seconds. And so it looks like, wow, you're moving so slowly. Well, it's because I'm not huffing and puffing. All right, so come on up out of that the way you normally would. Step or jump up to your hands. Your back is flat. Your head is elevated at that point. So then you exhale into a full forward fold. And then remember, because it's Sun B, you swoop your arms up to squeeze your ears, looking at the top of your mat while sitting back into Utkatasana. And then exhale everything down. So inhaling into Utkatasana here, really the arms going up, even though you're sitting back. That is the upward movement for the inhale, the opening of the chest. And then exhale, full fold, hands to the mat, frame the feet. Inhale your head up, flat back, look at your mat, feel amazing. Step or jump back, that's not a requirement. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, four-legged staff pose. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, meaning up dog and down dog. Now we're kind of following the sun B flow here, so go ahead on that next breath, raise that foot up again like you did before. Press up into warrior one on the inhale. Now I'm going to do something funky here. Let's see what it is. Ooh, warrior two, drishti. That's a gaze point. You're looking at the tip of your front finger there. If you're doing yoga in a competition, you know they judge you on that stuff. I never have, but I've heard that that's what they look for. There's Snickers doing a fabulous puppy pose. Inhale, reverse warrior with a straight front leg, really getting that stretch all the way down from that front ankle. And now we're taking our big time with the slow exhale, bringing that front hand from the warrior two pose all the way down to the mat on the instep or the ankle or a yoga block, reaching the opposite hand up in the air. Now, that's a prone position because our bellies are facing the same direction as our groin, not a twist. Release the hands to the mat, frame the foot once again, and drop the head to the knee. This is a triangle pose. No. Maybe. It's been a while, Kat never calls me out whenever I say a pose wrong too. She's like, oh, I didn't think it was called that. How interesting. All right. She read my mind. Yep. Inhale up to warrior one. Exhale down to hands to the mat. Frame the foot. Step the front leg back to plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale up dog. And exhale down dog. Still flowing in this sun B. I haven't done the other side yet, so kick that other leg up and then bring it through to your hand. Keep that front knee over the front ankle. Press up into warrior one. Exhale, hands parallel to the ground, front and back of you, warrior two. Yeah, so I need to wiggle my feet further apart if I want to get deeper into this, it looks like, because I don't really have the room. So that's always something to think about, if you're trying to deepen a pose, really look at your footwork first, because that's always our connection to the earth and the place where our understanding lies. All right, inhaling up to reverse warrior and straightening that front leg. And then exhaling, dropping all the way down to the instep with that front hand. We're still kind of holding the warrior two idea here. Just windmilling a little bit, or not really windmilling, teetering. Exhale that raised hand down to the mat. Frame the foot, head to the knee. Pressing though through the front and back foot, really feeling a stretch in there that has more to do with the fold. More than just the fold, yeah. Of that push. Bending the front knee. Inhaling up to warrior one. Just one more big move to kind of get inspired here. We didn't really need that. Exhale that foot back. But we were in the mood for a little bit of a workout. And so those types of movements, those big movements where you raise yourself up off the floor, it's going to make a difference. We're just not, holding the 45-pound dumbbell aloft while we do it, which if you like doing that too, that's cool. I think it's amazingly impressive. There's a lot of ways to get where we're all going. All of our paths cross, but they really aren't headed towards, in small individual perspectives, the same destination. Ultimately, yes, there is the joining together, the unity. But in our short-term perspectives, we're zigzagging all over the place, just running through each other's path. Inhale, step or jump up to the hands. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, squeeze the ears with the elbows, sit back, Utkatasana. Inhale up. Make sure when you do Utkatasana, you don't try and look forward. Keep your neck straight and gaze at the top of your mat or somewhere in front of your mat. Meaning just don't bend your neck back, because I used to do that. All right, step or jump open to the side of your mat. Wide-legged, so that the blade edges of the feet are under the crease of the wrist. That's how you really judge the real wide-legged. Now we want to make sure that we're not letting the knees cave in. We also want to keep a slight bend in the knees so that we really allow our hips to rotate forward. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, full fold. Place your feet on the mat in a line with your hands. Feet. Place your hands on the mat in a line with your feet. That's what I meant to say. And use the mat for traction. You kind of press a little to help bring your shoulders and knees closer together. There's even some beautiful poses from this position where you can balance your legs on your forearms and just have your hands on the ground. You can wrap your arms around the inside of your legs, but we're not here for that today. Inhale up to flat back so that your chest is parallel to the ground. I like to flap my wings like a bird. It feels really good on my wrists and shoulders to have that flowing movement. Yep, now we're just having a wide-legged twist here. Right hand on the mat, left hand up in the air. Looking up towards that thumb, whichever one's raised. Inhale, wings again. Imagine you're really flying over something, it's fun. Exhale, opposite hand of the mat, reach up. Being real careful with the knees here. You know, you can, on that outside, on the leg with the hand on the mat, it's easy to kind of torsion that knee in and start to twist it inward a little. So be aware of that when you're in this pose. There are, if you'd even like to soften the, one of the knees in preparation for that, if you need to do that to create more space, it's totally understandable. Wow, there is Bagley. He just had a birthday. He's a very old dog. It's a real good friend. Turn towards what was the front of your mat. Again, point your feet that way. He's like, why don't you pet me or feed me? Exhale, head to the knee. Yeah, I shortened, or I de-widened my stance when I turned my feet, I think. You can see how I look kind of like a V. That's very V-ish. Feet should be a little further apart when you twist to the side, but hey, we're all gonna make it to the end. All right. Lean over into that front foot. Put your weight into it until you can stand on it on your own. Extend that back leg into the air, parallel to the ground with your toes pointing down. This is tabletop. Then slowly bring that foot back to the mat. Rotate again to the side so your feet are both pointing towards the side of your mat now. And then rotate the feet, turn the hips to the back of your mat. We're going to do the same idea here with the big inhale for a proud chest. Oh my gosh, excuse me. And then exhaling the head to the knee. I think Kat got a little ahead there, thinking we're going to hit tabletop. But we're really holding this here. I like this pose. But it's really important to press through the feet. I know it's hard to understand what that means, but you know, imagine getting in this pose and your back foot's like almost coming off the ground. Well, you need to press it in, and it'll cause your extender muscles to activate. And then you get strengthening and flexibility. Again, up into tabletop. Back foot flexed up in the air. Fingertips off the mat if you can, just balancing on that one leg. And then exhale, hands down so you have stability. Lower that back foot. Inhale, rotate your feet back towards the side. Exhale, full fold. Now inhale very carefully all the way up. It's easy to fall back or forward here, and it's also easy to crank your back because your feet are so far apart. Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
Nothing to say. All right. Now let's start to cool it off.
If the pool drops, run. Yeah, it's crumbling off. It's the realizer. Okay.
Inhale, reach up. Fold all the way down. Hopefully you have a Snickers there. Yep, inhale up to flat back. We're just kind of getting back down to the mat. And so, it's easy to start a flow. You just take a Sun A, for example. And, instead of chaturanga, you can lower your body to the mat. That's one great way of getting down to the floor. But we may not actually be doing the floor work yet. Oh yeah, this is this funny thing I made up. So you go like you're going into warrior. So you raise your foot up and then you exhale, but you twist it as it comes underneath you so that your ankle and hand are in line with each other, your knee and your hand are in line with each other. Staying really active here in this pigeon, not falling into it. All right, curl the back toe, bring that leg out. Snickers is really harassing Kat. And there she was knocked over her water. Again, coming from that down dog position, sweeping the back foot up, bringing it down. Instead of taking the toes up to that thumb, we turn the leg underneath us into pigeon. Just keeping it real. I think Snickers might be hungry there. I can't tell. I know she's just having a good time. She got excited when the water fell over. Her brother's right by her. She feels confident. Holding the pigeon, it's really important if you want to get a better yogi seated position for meditation. If you do that, sitting with legs crossed, pigeon's the way to get there. And it does take some time. Restorative yoga is this type of yoga where you go into poses. Yin yoga is also a term that refers to it, and it's very relaxing. You hold for a very long time, and you're not really suspending yourself with your hands and legs, holding down dog for 10 minutes, for example. But that's kind of the idea with the pigeon pose, is to really give it some time for those soft tissues to grow and change. So we went from down dog there, and this time instead of going to that pigeon, we curled our spine as much as possible, and then dropped the knees down on the back, dropped everything down into a child's pose, swept the arms back, and tried to put our third eye, that little spot between the eyes, slightly above them, against the mat. And this is really to fill ourselves up with some of that energy from the earth. Get back into tabletop, that's where we like to go, usually after child's pose. Wiggle out the hips a little if you need it. Movement's fine. This is more of a puppy pose. Kat's kind of sitting into a child's. You really want to think more of like Snickers, how she has her straight little legs and her butt up in the air, and then her chest as close to the ground as possible. That's how it's a bit different. There's more elevation on the lower body coming in, so it creates a smoother curve for the spine. Curling the back toes under, sitting on the heels, and what this does is it really puts your body weight and your torso onto your your planters, the little things in your feet that hold the front and the back of your feet together. I like to work mine out when I'm warmed up. That's what I was just saying. Now place your hands on your heels, press into your heels, inhale your diaphragm out for Camel's pose? Maybe. I don't know right now. And release. Exhale down to tabletop. Cross the ankles. Swing the feet through. Try not to catch your mat. If you do, I will say, hey, you're real cool and smart. I know a person that does that. Exhale. The legs out to the heels out to the corners of the mat, really, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down, grab the blade edges of your foot. It's kind of like happy baby, but in a seated position. That's what I sound like when I'm not talking while I'm doing this. It's the Ujjayi ocean breath. Breathing through your nose. Reach both hands over to the left foot. Reach both hands over to the right. Really feel that along the side bodies. Stretching that shoulder away from the hips. Oh, yoga is nice. Getting relaxed just watching it and talking about it. It's fascinating. Yeah, you can even look under your shoulder if you really want to accentuate that turn away and lengthening along the side body. Inhale, sit up. Soles of the feet together. Flap your knees like butterflies. Now bring the heels in closer and pull apart the big toe mounds, pressing the blade edges of the feet together. Trying to stretch here in a way along the outside. Yeah, of the shin. Get that warrior pose a little bit easier. All right, squeeze your knees together, hug them in. Exhale out all your breath as you squeeze it out, squeezing the knees into the chest. So now step over your legs and then hug your knee with a bit of a twist. I can't believe how rounded my spine is there. I feel like it's so straight. Wow, that explains a lot. You can even traction that elbow behind the knee there for extra twist. I do have a lot of twist there though. I broke all the things that are supposed to stop you from twisting playing too much golf. That or just stretched them out. Alright, now this is fun. Release that twist. Place the front foot flat on the ground. Reach through the hole in between your thighs. This was a cute moment. There you go. Yeah, reach through that hole. And then just roll back. Yeah. Kat was smart to make sure Chester wasn't there. Alright, and now pull that back of that thigh in. And you're going to feel a lot like you're in pigeon pose here. That same idea with the ankle turned inward. The hip having to move into its socket to create that space. We release that and put both heels up to the ceiling. So Inhale, rock the legs back. Exhale, rock the legs forward. And then maintain a contraction in your abdomen and you'll slowly roll up. Some forms of yoga use the rolling. It's also really popular in Pilates. I think it's fun. If your back can handle it and it doesn't hurt to roll it on the ground. You know, if you have a thin yoga mat, you're at like a concrete floor yoga studio, it's never going to feel that good unless you have a lot of built-in cushioning, which if you do, awesome, enjoy that move. Because for me, I have to be pretty careful, and if it's not at least, you know, that sort of a half-inch carpet plus yoga mat, my spine will imprint into the ground, and it's no fun. So we're doing the same thing here. We're hugging that knee in, we're enjoying the twist, and then we're placing that front foot flat, reaching behind, grabbing the thigh, and just rolling back gently. I hope that was appropriate, whatever I was laughing at there. I couldn't really hear it. That feels good.
I feel like lying down in yoga, it has this weird taboo feeling to it. Like, I don't want to do shavasana kind of vibe. And so if you roll people into it, then they just are like, oh, well, I gotta do like that.
Who knows? Whatevs. I'm sure it's so interesting, but it's not to be heard. Heels up to the ceiling. Release the back of that leg. You can palpitate yourself if you like. Nice spank. Double spank there. That was pretty fancy. Now here's another way to roll out. Oh no, we're not rolling out. What we're doing is going straight into bridge. So we brought the feet down, hugged the knees into the chest, and then we held our ankles to ensure that they were close to our seat. Once they were there, after they had exhaled down to the mat, we inhaled up into bridge. Now I'd say that's almost too close for the ankles because I feel like the knees should be straight and not, I feel like the knees should look like that when they go up. So I guess maybe what I need to do differently there is move my shoulders back, and that way when I went up they wouldn't come forward. That wouldn't work either though, because then they wouldn't be vertical in the beginning. They'd just be that way when the pose was achieved, I guess. Well, that's something I'll try on the next video. We can figure out. I mean, I know the old way, and we're doing it the old way. Maybe the old way does involve the knees coming out to the toes to strengthen that. I'll talk to my teachers and try a few other things, see how they look. Reaching both hands up towards the ceiling on this one. When you don't have your hands to balance, press into the ground, it requires more transverse abdominis, knitting, and then also a lot more back muscles, contracting and straightening the back. Now, lower the back down to the mat. Inhale both heels up to the ceiling. Yeah, so then we exhale, kind of get some weight moving forward with the legs, and then use that momentum by stopping it and swing it in the other direction to get our feet up over our head for plow. Flexed feet like a plow in the ground, dragging through for the seeds. Inhaling up, pointing the toes for shoulder stand. Hands on the lower back if you need. If you feel like you're going to teeter to the side, you can see Kat there, kind of keeping your hands flat on the mat. So then you flex your toes again. Just meaning like, you know, if you're standing, not pointing the toes. A few more breaths. This is actually a pose that you could hold for quite some time if you like. And what the benefit is it helps to get all this the blockages out of the little tubes in our body by turning them upside down for a few minutes. And then, when you go right back up, right side up again, maybe that blockage, it kind of bunkles through at that point. Exhale the flex feet back down overhead for plow, and then relax the legs, squeeze the ears with the knees, and roll out. Yeah, so I came down with bent knees because if I have my legs straight and I'm trying to go really slowly, then I'll pinch my lower back. All right. Now that was it. About 40-minute flow. If you choose to do this at home, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I hope you did. Right now it's time for Shavasana. A chance for our body to truly unionize with the breath and the mind. Feeling the repatterning successfully occur. Allow your mind to go blank, and if you have any trouble doing that, then think about your breath. Feel it on your lip and the tip of your nose. Feel it bring your chest up and lower it down. Golden prana, filling your body, helping you take shape, providing soothing vibrations. Now about 1 minute of Shavasana per 10 to 15 minutes of movement helps to create a good balance within the body. This is a form of meditation. It's not guided. You're really not trying to have any thoughts or guide yourself even. You're really allowing the physical bodies to enjoy their new vibrational patterns that are all aligned. So this isn't really for the mind why we're lying here. And that's why I say it's not like a traditional meditation where you may have a guide. You may have ideas and thoughts purposefully in a deep trance-like state. This is more like nidra, yogic sleep. Time for the body to heal without the mind and the heart talking and talking and talking, and the gut saying, "What about me?" A moment of rest. You're going to chant Ish. As the sound of Om. Sound of the universe. Thank you all again. I hope you all enjoy. Have a wonderful day. Just because today's Friday the 13th doesn't mean you have to be a killer. Stay safe out there.